Hello everybody and welcome to Uprising 144K. I'm Hydrogen Man. Before I begin, guys, I'm not giving you any medical advice. I'm not making any medical claims. Please consult your physicians for all your medical needs. I'm sure they can tell you the best kind of water to drink. We'll find out about that, obviously, if you ask them. But I'm also not going to be making any claims for or against any product or products. And with that being said, guys, I want to let you know before I start. Guys, I only share with you guys what I personally use. And let me tell you something. I want the best for me, and I actually want the best for you too. Believe it or not, guys, I'm a huge believer in love your neighbor as yourself, and that's what I'm doing. You're gonna notice that I don't promote 100 products or 200 products. That's not what I do. I only share with you guys what I personally use, and that's probably about 4 products. For my health, this is what really helped turn my health around, and clean water is at the foundation of good health. And then, of course, hydrogen, and then just proper nutrients, which is the purine powders that I like to use, and some mineral drops. I mean, really basic stuff, but it works beautifully. My opinion, I don't need 100 or 1,000 different supplements, but that's just my opinion, you guys. With that being said, let's go ahead and move forward. Look, I want you to comment below if you really want like a full video, because I have so much information. In fact, let me just give you one example. We'll talk about one example, and then if you guys want more, you comment below. Okay, there was actually a study in 2021 where they found PFAS and arsenic widespread throughout the United States. It's almost in 99% of the water in America. These chemicals are linked to learning delays in children, cancer, and other health problems. So we can go into more depths like that, but today I'm going to be talking about different types of water filtration systems, from the zero filters to carbon filters to reverse osmosis filters like the berkeys and all alexapures, all the different water filtration systems that I just call porous systems. They're like a porous filter, and we're going to go into these type of systems and what they can and cannot do, the good things, the bad things, the drawbacks, whatever. And what I personally really like to use, because I have actually every water filtration system that there is. I got the carbon filters, I got reverse osmosis filters, I have the carbon distiller filters, I have all of them. What's the real main concerns that I have in regards to what's in our water? Well, for my health, lots of stuff. First of all, inorganic contaminants, things like lead, mercury, arsenic, stuff like that. But then we have radioactive contaminants. This one shocked me a little bit, but I found things like uranium, radium, cesium, things like that, even plutonium. Then we're talking about biological contaminants. So we're talking about things like E. coli, Giardia, we're talking parasites, viruses, bacteria, worms, really gross stuff. I want my water clean. You're gonna be a little shocked about that when I share the information that I have. And again, I'll go into more detailed video if you guys comment below and you really wanna know more. This is supposed to be a quick video. Then we also have organic contaminants. These are the things like the gasoline, the solvents, pesticides, herbicides, things like that. But let's get into, well, let me ask you, who's going to be the most at risk for such types of issues when it comes to not super clean water? Well, this is the sad part. It's going to be children and infants. That's really, we'll go into more detail again if you guys want to talk about that. But let's talk about these porous systems and what really ultimately is the difference. When you're talking about a porous system, you're talking about water that's going through this porous system, and they're trying to catch all these contaminants, okay? There's a lot of issues, in my opinion, with these type of porous systems. This includes carbon filters, reverse osmosis filters, those pitcher type of filters, ceramic filters, actually, even sediment filters. They're like they call them a barrier type of filter, the porous barrier. In fact, I can show you a picture real quick, I guess. See, something like this, and the water's having to go through the barrier, and it's trying to stop all these contaminants. Okay, with that being said, all these type of filters, or the majority of them, are going to be able to deteriorate in time. This is not a very good thing, and you won't know the stage of where your water's at. It's one of the issues. See, this is one of my personal opinions. When water filtration companies run a lab test, if they say, oh, this filter can filter out 10,000 gallons. Okay, but when they're doing the lab test, they'll take a brand new filter, run water through it, and give you the results. But what happens in time? Well, let me show you actually a little bit of a chart here. So the red line is porous type of filtration system. The quality of your water in time goes down. The blue line is the kind of filtration that I use, which is carbon distillation. It's the same every single time. And that's what I personally am looking for. This is why I love the system, but I also just love the flavor of the water. I can tell it's clean. I'm really picky about my water, if you guys haven't noticed that yet from my channel, because clean water and hydrogen is what I personally attribute to the majority of what really saved my life and brought my health back. Okay, so the other issues with these porous type of systems or reverse osmosis systems is a susceptibility to biological buildup. We're talking about biofilms, guys. What I found, even like for RO systems, this is literally one of their biggest issues. And it appears that these cause about 35% of the membrane to literally fail. and cleaning it really won't fix it from what I've read. So there is no real treatment combination that's going to be super effective at all stages of biofilm development. Limited contaminant removal. That's the other thing. Every time I would research different water filtration systems, they want to show you what they do filter out, but they're not showing you what they don't filter out. And that's, to me, a really big issue. It took me years to figure all this out. Then they're expensive to replace. But honestly, I hate to say this, but really, who cares about the money when it's coming to clean water and your health? I mean, to me, my health is literally priceless. This is what I've learned. But ironically, a lot of these porous systems are actually more expensive in the long term, because the carbon distillers, I mean, you're distilling the water. There is no filter. It's literally done through, the evaporation process, which is literally how nature does it. This is literally why, when I used to hear all these people saying, well, no, spring water is the best. No, alkaline water is the best. No, this water is the best. It was very confusing. It was very frustrating. And ultimately, I thought, I'm just going to think for myself. And how does nature do it? And I just wanted water that cleans everything, that everything's out of the water. And that's when I ultimately stumbled upon the fact that nature uses distillation. It starts with hydrogen, guys. It starts with the sun. It hits the ocean. The steam rises up, uprising, right? And it leaves the impurities behind. And what people don't realize is that rain and snow basically is distilled water, guys. So this is how I really stumbled upon it. And then I started doing research. Are all the systems the same? No, but they're all pretty darn good for the most part. But I, of course, wanted the best, which if you guys want to know, it's from mypurewater.com. The most inexpensive system is a countertop system for I think 600 and something bucks. If you use a discount code, which is uprising144K, which does help support the channel. You don't have to use a code if you don't want to. And then the price is like $500 and something. And really, to make the cleanest water for about $500 and something. And they use higher grade of material, which is really important to me. And they do a little different process for their distillation, just a little different, that in my opinion comes out a little cleaner. I mean, they even have third-party lab testing. I mean, I can show you one example here because there's so many pages of chemicals that they've tested for, but I'll just give you one example here. See, in fact, let's look at the PFAS. Let me find it here real quick. There it is. So here's the PFAS. Now, these are the numbers when they tested the water, and clearly there's all these contaminants in the water. After using their device, zeros, guys, because it eliminated everything. Look at it, zeros. Okay, and there's pages and pages like that. If you want to know everything again, comment below and I'll do a longer video on this. But this is just too important in my opinion if you're trying to have good health. Now, the other thing that I like about these carbon distillers is that they do appear to remove the biological contaminants. Not just the pesticides and all of this type of stuff, but I'm talking about the parasites, the bacteria, all this crazy, nasty, gross stuff that is, in my opinion, in the water. And the one that shocked me the most actually was the radioactive contaminants. I had no idea that they could be removed through this process. I just think it's a beautiful thing that nature has given us, that we can take the grossest water and make it clean again, guys. It's like it's born again. It's the craziest thing, right? The water. It's such a beautiful thing. Okay. It also has such a wide range of things that it can remove. Again, I'm really seeing 99.9% removal, greater than 99.9%. I mean, it's just really impressive where porous systems are limited. And then I'm not going to go into great detail with this. Again, comment below if you want the detail. There's so much other detail that I can go over, but I just wanted to give you kind of the rough overview of the differences between a porous system and, again, carbon distillation. So with that being said, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Don't forget to comment below. It helps the algorithm. But also, and if you have any questions, comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Share the videos with other people. A lot of people don't know about this. I think it's so important, especially for the youth today. Guys, please, I must tell you, I think it's just an epidemic. From whether it's depression, whether it's all the things that are going on out there where kids hurting each other. I think it's really sad. And I'm sure that there's many different factors, but I always think that human biology and just the way that it's affecting the body is just something that I think is literally, I got information on that. Comment below again if you want the longer version of that video. All I'll say is that I think it's extremely important. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys next time on the next one.